Why do growing businesses love working in Slack? Let's ask Christy at Ari Bikes.
Running things in Slack saves me so much time.
AI summaries save 97 minutes per week. What say you, Rox from Gosney?
Slack helps us build community, it helps us build connection.
Your partners, vendors and customers all in one place. Take us on home, Ashley from Caraway.
If we didn't have Slack tomorrow, I would explode.
Well, let's not let that happen. Visit slack.com/podcast to get 50% off Slack Business Plus.
Welcome to episode 111 of the High Volume Hiring Podcast. I am Stephen Rothberg. I'm one of your two co-hosts. I'm also the founder, my day job, the one that pays, the founder of College Recruiter job search site, where we believe that every student and recent grad deserves a great career. And we're going to be talking about some of that today. Jeanette, my co-host, good to see you.
Hello. Good to see you too. Hi, everyone. COO of College Recruiter and HR Tech Advisor. And really excited because today for our 111th episode. So 111, and now we're January. So also the first month. I love the numbers. We are here today with Franco Greco. He is the Chief Revenue Officer at NewDay USA. And so excited to have Franco here today because I love when we have employers and practitioners. And so we're going to talk about hiring college grads in bulk, obviously, since it's a high volume hiring podcast. So Franco, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Jeanette. And I didn't realize this was going to be lucky because of episode 111. So I'll make a wish before we start that we have a great podcast.
I love that.
So Jeanette, do not tell me with a show of fingers that you think I'm number one. We're not going to do that.
We're not.
Okay.
We're not. Well, we are going to talking about the number one, hiring 1,000 new hires, new roles. So Franco, maybe first start for our listeners, just a little bit about like, what is NewDay? And then just because from a background standpoint, and then also like, just for our main topic, like, why are you guys focusing on hiring college grads for, again, 1,000 with the number one, new roles? Just like, let's give a overall sweep there.
Yeah, absolutely. And first off, I want to thank you for having me on your podcast. I'm really looking forward to this. NewDay USA, we are a mortgage company focused on the veteran community. And, we have a mission to put 1 million veteran families in a home. We're led by Rear Admiral Thomas Lynch. And he is not only one of the most recognizable names, I think, in the veteran community, but, somebody who brings a ton of ethos when it comes to really trusting a brand. So, our goal over the next couple of years is a lot of expansion. We recently opened up our new headquarters in West Palm Beach, and right now we are looking to bring on 1,000 new team members. A lot of them from the recent college ranks over the next 3 years, and I think a lot of our goal and our focus is around the opportunity that we have. We want to be known as the number one company that gets a veteran that's active duty or that is retired into their first home and to their forever home. And there's a lot of the stress and anxiety that goes into it. And there's a lot of teaching and learning that goes into our employees. So, we've had really great success with people who are recent college grads about getting into the mortgage industry. And something we're really proud of is that, without talking about too many other companies, I think we're one of the best at training a new college graduate from not knowing anything about mortgage to being a mortgage professional.
That's awesome. I just put up for those who are watching the video version on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, a QR code. So if you, a family member, friend, whatever, is interested in learning more about the posting, click the QR code. I'll also put it into the show notes if you're listening on the audio only, one of the audio only versions. Is this a new program? Has it kind of been gradually growing and now you're just hitting this tipping point? If it's new, like, where to come from? I've got to believe that there's somebody in the company who said, we got to do this and we got to, go big, go home.
Yeah, spot on. We've been hiring college graduates really since I graduated about 15 years ago, and we found a ton of success. And kind of backing up to that, when the 2008 financial crisis happened, to go into mortgage after college, I wouldn't say was sexy. You know what I mean? If you were a mortgage banker, it was almost like, hey, what are you doing in that type of field? And I think over the past 10 years, that's really changed. And during COVID, it was actually a blessing in disguise that we were one of the few industries that was really hiring. So during COVID, we actually hired almost 300 in 1 year. And I think the reason why we're looking to hire 1,000 over the next 3 years is that I think the similar opportunity we had in 2020 we'll have in 2026. The business is very cyclical. There's times when you're in ultimate growth mode, and there's times when, hey, you got to be efficient and do what you're doing. And I think over the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to be in a really big growth mode, really focused on putting veterans in homes. So I think the reason why we're looking to hire 1,000 is because the opportunity is there. And then in terms of our internship, the reason we thought that up and put that together, and that was one of the many things that I kind of put together myself, was there's not one person that goes to college to be a mortgage banker. Personally, I was a history major and I went into mortgage banking. And what I found is that when you get into the industry and you spend time learning about what it is, you really learn financial literacy, you learn credit, you learn how to buy a home, which are some of the most important parts of your life. And I really think NewDay as a career and as a job is unique because not only teaches you how to be really and do things that are pretty important in your life, buying a home, having good credit, but it also gives you great opportunity to earn a great living and work with inside of a community that doesn't get served as much. I think we're really proud that we're 100% focused on the veteran community, and there's not many companies in the mortgage space that do that. So we have passion, we have purpose, and we're pushing our new college graduates and interns to fall in love with an industry that maybe isn't as attractive as it once was.
I love that. I love it. Well, as someone who in '08 worked at Lehman Brothers until the very,
Oh
very end.
man,
Yeah, I definitely appreciate some of the references to '08 in the mortgage
It
business.
it
So,
was not your fault, though.
was
It
not my
was
fault.
yes,
yeah,
okay.
Not
thank
my
you.
fault. Um,
You're right.
so I know a bit we were talking beforehand in the green room that your internship actually set there 1 week and they're sort of a little bit unique. Talk to us just a bit about what the experience is like for interns.
Yeah.
And I think you said you have a West Palm Beach location and also Maryland, like if there's any differences, maybe walk the audience through that.
Yeah, absolutely. The major difference is the weather. I would tell you that we do it during the January
Fair.
timeframe, and it's meant for college seniors, and it's really a recruiting tool. I'm a big believer that if in any internship or in any interview process, it's a two-way street. And if we hire somebody that actually doesn't want to work with us, we're going to feel that because they're going to quit or they're not going to enjoy what they're doing. They're not going to love coming in. So our goal with our internship is to give them a really a week long interview process, but just a rundown. Hey, what is a mortgage company look like? What are the positions? What do you do? What is the requirement? And do you want to do it? And I think we get some of the best answers about people saying, hey, great company, not for me. And we get some people say, hey, I never knew that mortgage industry existed and that it was something I wanted to do. The thing that we try to give all of the interns that come in is we really spend about an hour to 2 hours a day helping them build a financial plan. So, hey, what does your budget look like post graduation? How much money do you need to save if you want to buy your first car or buy another car? What does it look like if you need to buy a home? How much do you need to save? How much do you need to make? And I think those are the things that people that don't take the job at least get a chance to take away. And if they come to West Palm, they at least get a nice trip down to sunny Florida during the January, December timeframe.
Hello, this is Michael Vandervoort from the Drive Through HR podcast, where we discuss ideas, trends, and activities that impact HR, talent, HR technology in the workplace. Our focus is on expanding knowledge and igniting curiosity as we hear directly from people who are shaping the future of the HR industry. Join us.
Well, cool, because if you had said like July, August, probably your Maryland, well, it's pretty humid there too.
Yeah, it is.
One of the things that people, unlike the three of us, who are not all that familiar with college and university recruiting, that they don't really grasp is that internship hiring is essentially a temp to perm relationship, right? You hire that student 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, in your case, a week.
Mhm.
And that's the expectation, right? If it's not a good fit, both sides can kind of walk away with their honor and their head held high. It just wasn't a good fit, and you move on. I don't know of too many internships other than micro internships, which are really like projects for like 6 hours, 12 hours, that are only a week. So why are you taking kind of the standards, call it 3 month internship and making it a week?
I think part of the reason why that we do this is that a lot of our focus is really around teaching people what it means to be in the industry. And the good thing about mortgages is that it's not rocket science. So within a week, you can really get a good understanding of what it takes to close a loan and all the parts of the process. And I would say that for the people that really like it and want to be a part of it, a week is enough, and we get a chance to interact with them. And then, once they say, "Hey, this is a place I want to be," they really dive in. And our training process is about 6 months to get them, fully into it. But I also find that sometimes people know pretty quickly if they like something or they don't. So it gives them a chance to at least experience it. And then from there, if they say yes and they want to move forward, and we want to move forward, we'll look to hire them right on the spot. On Friday, we'll kind of have a signing day, the last day of the internship, and give offers to those interns who are looking for opportunity.
I love this internship, this 1 week thing, and especially because you're doing something that people don't get taught in school, right? Whether
Yeah.
you're in high school or college or others, which is like effectively these life skills, right? Like, and so I
Yeah.
love this so much, where it's like, there's two benefits here. It's just it's super powerful, and especially given the mission as well of the organization. What advice would you give other companies facing talent shortages?
Yeah, great question. I think this market that we're in right now is very similar to a 2020 market. I don't think many people are looking to go to the college ranks to hire people. And man, I really believe that right now that is going to be a huge benefit to us. Similar in 2020 when the world wasn't necessarily hiring recent college grads, we had some of our most talented people that are now VPs and leaders, and we got them because a lot of the companies weren't looking to hire. I'll tell you this: the most talented college graduates will far and surpass the productivity, the expectations of most other hires. And I think that in this next year, we're going to hire some real gems that I think will be with NewDay for 15 to 20 years. And I think my advice to other companies is, well, my advice to them is don't go into the college ranks because we want to hire them all. But to those who are looking to go in the college ranks, right now there's going to be some people that you hire that'll be transformational to your company. And I can think of 10 people today that we hired in 2020 that without them today, I don't know how we would operate. So I think that this is going to be a market that, really, really talented people will be able to shine.
Excellent point. I mean, basically, you're zigging when everybody else is zagging, and you're going to be able to get a really disproportionately high share of really great talent because
Yeah.
others are sort of sitting in the sidelines. That's really awesome. Going back to the 1 week timing of the internship, what I'm kind of hearing, Franco, is it's like a really extended, in-depth assessment for
Yeah.
both NewDay and for the candidate. Because I can't imagine that in a week they're going to really earn their keep, right? Like you're making a substantial investment in several hundred people a year, thinking that a year or 3 years down the line, enough of those people are going to stay with you and be productive that it's going to be a no-brainer. Is that how your leadership is seeing it too?
Spot on. We do a lot more in that week of teaching and necessarily showing them the ropes rather than them coming in and actually providing any substantial input to the business. A lot of what our job is to vet people. Because at the end of the day, if we can have positive attrition where we don't lose any of our key people or winners and they stay with us, that'll far and exceed any cost that we have. And, most interview processes, we usually have about 3 interviews and we'll have them on site. We can learn a lot about somebody, but you can't learn everything. And being able to work with them for a week, we give them a homework, not a homework project, but like a group project so we can see how they operate. We make them speak in front of a group. We teach them to do a 1-minute pitch and they have a lot of fun with it. But you really can see that, hey, man, there's some rock stars in these college seniors that are really, really talented. And, we got to make sure that we do everything we can to get them to join our company. So to your point, it's really a week-long assessment interview process that gives them a better color about who we are, but at the same time, we get a better color of who they are.
I love that. Okay, one quick last question because I'm just looking at the time. I'm just curious. So the one, like with the 1 week, and I know we keep talking about the 1 week. Ever think of extending it to 2 weeks or like a half a week? Any Any thoughts around that? Just totally random.
Because of the way the college schedules work, the 1 week gives us the most opportunity to not only go after colleges in Florida and Maryland and the Northeast. And because Christmas, you can't have a Christmas time frame. And then, we found that we had it at 14 days a few years back, and it almost got to the end. It almost became a little bit too much for them to grasp. So, the 1 week is jam packed. I would say I would love a few more days, but just the way the school calendars work and the way the business is and the way the holiday season comes, it becomes tough to do more than that. So it's an intense 5 days. I'll tell you we'll start them at 7 a.m. and sometimes they'll be there till 6 p.m. But, we try to make it fun and at least let them get something out of it too.
That's awesome. And probably a lot of coffee too.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Franco, for sharing. This is awesome. I think our listeners definitely got a lot out of it and, planted seeds for different ways to have interns and, again, recruit in a different way and assess on both ends. So thank you so much. A wonderful episode 111 so for January.
111. Thank you again for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Excellent. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Cheers.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kan du norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.